different things. The Election Commission was already playing a one-side game in many ways, and now it has become so blatant. But it's one-side game is half the problem, or three-quarters of the problem. Grotesque incompetence is the remaining part of the problem. Look at the Election Commission, right? 2004 election. Do you know how long it took between the first phase and the last phase? Still 545 seats, right, in the parliament. In 2004, the technology that was available was less. The manpower mobilization capability was less. The budget allocated to the Election Commission was less. Do you know how long the entire Lok Sabha election took? 20 days. Here we have a Lok Sabha election 20 years later that is announced on March 16th and is going to go to counting on June 4th. It is grotesque incompetence. It is abominable incompetence, right? Just think about it. To run one election, they need 3 months almost between announcement and counting. And this is the same genius government that is talking about one nation, one election, running all the way from every local body and panchayat and corporation and every state and all the country all at the same time. If it takes 3 months for 545 seats, it will take 1.5 years to run one nation, one election. You don't have to worry about different model codes of conduct. You'll be 1.5 years in election for every 5 years. It's ridiculous. So the Election Commission, the less we say about it, the better. They are perversely incompetent. They can't even publish a Form 17 properly. You know what the Form 17 is? The actual votes polled. So because people started showing the discrepancy between the Form 17 and the Form 20, they stopped publishing the Form 17 altogether. Right? They have loosened every rule in the book. The kinds of model code of conduct that applies to us, how is it that the government of India is able to announce increases in the MNREGA wages under model code of conduct? How is it the model code of conduct says that ministers in Tamil Nadu cannot use their vehicles or their flags, but the Prime Minister is traveling around in a helicopter to do political campaign? So the less we say about the Election Commission, the better. It is a stain on our democracy. The Election Commission is a farce and basically a hollow straw man. Okay? If you go to SBI, now we have a new level of problem. Because the SBI has never before, which is a regulated bank that is taking public deposits. The SBI has become such a stooge of the government. They have submitted so many false affidavits. They have said they couldn't get the data till June. Then they showed up with the data. Then it had discrepancy. Then it had infirmity. Then they say 600 and something crores. They can't tell who the identity of the buyer is. Anybody goes to deposit 100 rupees, the KYC requirement is so high. They say you can buy 600 and something crores worth of bonds from them without knowing who the buyer is. So the fact that the SBI has become a stooge of the government, a bank with public deposits, doesn't see itself as the citizens' bank, but rather the government stooge. That is the real fear when I say maybe democracy is already dead and we are only seeing the last nails being hammered into the coffin, rather than that it's on the precipice of dead or not.